Hello, listeners, and welcome to the Geeks by Gaslight Podcast, the show you need to listen to for your monthly insight into the many wide worlds of geek culture. I'm your host, Carroll, and joining me is the former host of GPG. Please welcome back, Ronnie Diaz.
What's up, guys? I got yeeted into the void by Carroll. He doesn't understand that the void is me. He just yeeted me into myself, and now I am here.
That's kind of gay.
A little bit.
I mean, I guess.
Also joining us is the one and only Scott Heemstra.
Hey, that's me.
Hey.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
So it's a little bit of a slower news month this time, which is good. But we did miss.
Better episode.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see how that shakes out.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if we managed to fucking get 2 hours out of this.
Oh, please no.
I can
no.
stretch out whatever I'm talking about.
I'm editing this episode, so it's gonna be like.
Alright, guys, so we're gonna make this a 3-hour episode. 4 hours, actually. 4 hours special.
I don't think we could pull that off, even if we tried.
This is true. I legitimately had a nightmare one day where I let you guys run the podcast, and it was 3 hours.
That's funny.
Yeah, you see, we're just gonna make it a 4-hour podcast to celebrate the reboot of Geeks by Gaslight before our 1 year.
No, that's not happening. Are you gonna reboot it the day before?
Yes, I'm gonna reboot it the day before. Replace you with Willow Smith. Reboot it again after that episode to replace Willow Smith with Will Smith. Reboot it again to replace Will Smith with Bruce Willis. And reboot it one last time, but retro rebooting it, so we're back to doing it live on Twitch, except you're a girl now.
Oh, that's the best. You can keep my name, it works.
Yeah, I focus tested it. It all works out.
Okay, so we did miss one big piece of news last month, just because of the timing of it. The podcast came out right after this happened. But the internet kind of had a field day with the trailer for, I believe it's Paramount Pictures' Sonic the Hedgehog.
I feel weird even talking about this again. It's already old news.
No, but dear God, what did they do to your face?
Yeah, I gotta think back to remember when it first came out and what I was thinking about it then, and say that now.
Yeah, well, the Sonic trailer, it's just. I'll start off with what a bizarre music choice.
Yeah.
It's not even because Gangsta's Paradise is a good song. Arguably.
I saw
it's a good song. But in what universe? God, in what universe does that make is that you know what, this is the theme. This is gonna set the tonality.
This is Sonic. This is a good song for Sonic. I saw a remix of Gangsta's Paradise in the Genesis sound font.
Oh, I heard that too.
It was really good.
Yeah, why did they? Yeah, it was annoying that they didn't do that.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they did something like that with the Genesis
And I also saw
the distinct sound.
And I also saw.
Sorry, dead ass. They missed an opportunity to use "Live and Learn," which would be a great song. Maybe not for the trailer, but come on, it's better than Gangsta's Paradise.
It would be cool if they got Crush 40 or whoever to compose the movie.
There's a song called Sonic Youth that they
I haven't heard the words Crush 40 said out loud in 5 years.
Yeah. It'd be cool if they composed the soundtrack or something. That'd be cool. Because that's more fitting to a film score than most game soundtracks.
Yeah. No, but it's funny. I saw a Gangsta's Paradise epic remaster soundtrack remix trailer for Avengers Infinity War from a year ago. And it's funny how all the comments now are all just about Sonic.
It's real fucked up that is it wasn't the Sonic song. It wasn't a fitting Sonic song, but now a lot of people associate it with Sonic because of that meme of a trailer. So now it fits, I guess.
Yeah, now it fits. No, but okay. So we have James Marsden, who's playing yet another main human character to the CGI friend, because apparently we didn't get enough of that in Hop. Anyone remember Hop? Russell
I
Brand.
remember Hop. I
Russell
don't
Brand
want to
played.
remember Hop.
Russell Brand played the Easter Bunny's the Easter Bunny's son. Russell Brand was in a kids movie, and so was
Hop. I do remember Hop.
Yeah, Hugh Hefner was in that movie.
Maybe I don't remember it, but I saw it.
Hugh Hefner was in a kids movie.
Oh my god! All right. You
Okay,
know what fucks me up about that, or at least just on the topic of Russell Brand, real quick.
Yeah.
Russell Brand being in all these kids movies really fucks me up when he's in actual
Russell Brand shit?
No, not Russell Brand shit, but he was in a movie rendition of a play where he was still the silly guy, but he was actually good. It was weird.
Well, no, it's just like he's a very rated R, very rated R type of guy.
Yeah.
So
it's just weird.
It's very jarring. But back to James Marsden. No, it's like I'm glad to see Cyclops is still getting work. It's fine.
Things haven't been the same since the budget cuts.
Okay, admittedly, can I just say that the name of the town? Do you know the name of the town that they're in?
What is it?
It's Green Hills.
I mean, that works.
I guess works is a word you could use for that.
Yeah.
It's a little bad.
It's pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
You know what would be good? You know what would be really good? If they had because you saw the name of the place was Green Hills. What if the Green Hills was spelled with a Z, and then they just had like somewhere on the sign, like the number 1, so it was Green Hills Zone.
That'd be cool, I guess. Yeah.
Am I the only one that thought of that? Okay. No, but Green.
I didn't know it was called Green Hills until you mentioned it a minute ago.
No, but it's Green Hills. And so, Eggman looks nice.
Yeah,
Dr. Robotnik looks fun.
I see a lot of people saying he's gonna carry the movie. I didn't feel like his like stuff in the trailer was very good, but if anyone is gonna carry this movie, it would be him.
Yeah,
that's the most potential to be good.
That
I think Sonic looks weird, but I think if it wasn't for the rest of the trailer, also just not seeming not very funny, I could still see it maybe being good. I mean, maybe it'll be good. I'm still not 100% yeah, it'll be definitely bad. But it's not looking too good.
Yeah.
They do that shit where he runs into the CGI cartoon character, and then he screams, and then he screams back, and it's like, what? That's not funny.
Meow.
No,
he's not a cat.
He's not
I
a
saw
cat.
a clip of someone seeing Detective Pikachu in theaters, and for the preview for the Sonic trailer, when he says meow, the whole theater says meow at once. I don't know why. It's really funny.
What was it?
It's so good.
Oh yeah, you know what fucking bothers me about people saying, Jim Carrey's gonna carry the movie?
Why?
It's that the guy who voices Sonic is Ben Schwartz. And Ben Schwartz...
No, it's not!
Yes, it is! Ben Schwartz! It is
Sonic?
Ben Schwartz! And I would like everyone to know, if you don't know who Ben Schwartz is, he was John Ralphio in fucking Parks and Recreation. He is Huey Duck in the DuckTales reboot. He is Leonardo in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And he is that guy that looks like that one guy from Stranger Things.
Holy shit! Why did they cast Ben Schwartz as Sonic? That's such a good and bad idea.
It's really good, because if you listen to... People have made animatics with Ben Schwartz. With Ben Schwartz voicing various characters, over a Sonic animatic, just to like give you a view of like how it would sound, and it's really fucking good. But what I notice is like compared to the trailer is that it works because Sonic is super animated and Ben Schwartz's voice is very like he has a range. He can do a lot.
I love Ben Schwartz. He's hilarious.
Yeah,
I've seen some of his comedy. He did a bunch of videos with College Humor back in the day. That's how I first heard about him. But I've seen him in like I've seen him in movies, in like some movies and shit before. He's really funny.
Which is what pisses me off about their use of Ben Schwartz in this movie, because he is not like being directed well enough to like.
Oh, we don't know that.
Okay, maybe we don't know the full story, but from what it looks
the direction might not be. Direction is one thing. The movie could be amazingly directed. If the script's bad, then the movie is gonna suffer.
But
and then like they just decided to make Sonic like look like that.
Well, yeah, but like what I'm trying to say is that like making Sonic look like that really limits how animated he can be, because he's looking like this weird fucking proto man-hog, right?
He doesn't look as nimble as he could.
Yeah, and that really limits limits a lot of the fluidity.
Okay, so like it's like so I feel like there were two avenues which you could really go with making like the live action render of Sonic. You could like lean into like sort of like a more classic look for him. Like you maybe like do like the eye visor thing, where like just like don't have like two just like really jarring human eyes. Or you can like make him go a little bit more real world and make him look a little hedgehoggy. You shouldn't, because that's dumb. Because hedgehogs look disgusting. I mean, they're kind of cute, but they're also kind of like not. But like they did like the word. Okay, what's the worst part of the design? Is it the hands?
It's like the hands, the lack of gloves, and the human face.
No, his face isn't even really that human. I mean, it kind of is. It's
more human.
Do you think it's the hands are the creepy part for me? But it's also I give them major props for making Sonic's arms blue. Like I still think that's very that's very funny.
Okay, wait.
Glad they did that. It's like the leg muscles. He's got toned legs. He's got fucking thunder thighs, and it's like, whoa.
I don't like that. Proto Man-Hog should not have thunder thighs.
God.
You know what else I think it is? His face just doesn't seem proportional to like the rest of his head.
It's not.
And it's like so fucked up.
It's very funny.
One thing I got a kick out of was seeing like an article about comparing translating some random like Japanese reactions to it. And that was really interesting. A lot of people were like, oh, I guess American live action adaptations suck too. which is funny. A surprising amount of Jim Carrey fans in Japan. A lot of people were like, oh, I'll watch it because Jim Carrey's in it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know there were so many Jim Carrey fans in Japan. That's cool.
But Jim Carrey's epic.
Jim Carrey.
He is.
It's like, have you seen like some of like the stuff that he's done like recently? Like I remember once he showed up to like some big fashion show, and he went to the red carpet, right? And so it was like a surprise appearance. So all like the paparazzi, they're like, "Oh shit, it's Jim Carrey. What are you doing here?" And he just goes like, "Yeah, I just wanted to see what like this like the true like bottom hole cesspit of like American culture looked like. Just like the most vapid, sort of surface level, just throwaway trash I could possibly envision. And like this is it." And he just shits on the whole event, just like coming there spur of the moment. It's so good. Jim Carrey's a really, he's really funny. He's really talented, and I think him as Eggman is very inspired casting. He'll be a really good Robotnik. And I wasn't like super bothered by his him having like hair and shit, even though it's a little weird. But then
I really like the way he looked at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I thought that was like, oh, that's so good. He's just gonna be so like cartoonishly evil and over the top. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I think
get fat.
Him looking like sort of less Eggman like in the like beginning of the movie is like redeemed by the like I like the idea of him progressively becoming more Eggman as the movie goes on. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. He's you know who he reminds me of in this? Robbie Rotten.
I get a lot of
Lazy
that
Town?
vibe, actually.
He kind of feels very Lazy Town.
It's a funny connection.
Yeah, and that seems like a good that seems like an interesting kind of fun angle. No, but the trailer was probably destroyed by the internet. It was meme to hell, and the director of this he's a first time director. Yeah, this guy's he's a first time director named Jeff Flower, and he is he's clearly taking this seriously because he pretty soon after the trailer came out, he tweeted like, "Okay, we get it. This did not go over well. So we're gonna get Sonic redesigned. He's not gonna look like that." And just a couple days ago, they announced that the movie's getting pushed back to Valentine's Day. So grab your girlfriend and grab your wife. Grab that girl you've always wanted to ask.
Grab both of them.
No, grab yes,
both your girlfriend and your wife.
Grab that special someone like who you've always wanted to ask out and take them on the most romantic night of the year to see Sonic the Hedgehog.
Alright, Geeks by Gaslight fans, I'm ordering you to do one thing. On Valentine's Day, bring Sonic the Hedgehog into the bedroom.
Ooh.
Don't actually fucking do that.
Please. There are too many people who already do that, and I don't want more people to try it out and realize they like it.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I feel bad for the director because this is his first movie, and he wants if it tanks super hard, his career's kind of fucked. So yeah, it's exciting. I mean, Deadpool, the first Deadpool came out. That was from a first time director as well. So this very well could be great.
I hope so.
I feel like the design is what
Maybe.
most people were kind of like dumping on.
I mean,
it's kind of weird that it is set in on Earth because it feels like kind of like Smurfsy when it's like, oh, it's the Smurfs, but they're in like the real world, and there's Neil Patrick Harris, but now it's James Marsden in Sonic.
do you think every time Neil Patrick Harris sees a movie like this come out, he just has like flashbacks, war flashbacks?
Yeah, it's like Vietnam flash. It's like the opening of Saving Private Ryan.
Exactly. It's just like
Flashes everywhere. People like Smurfs limping through with severed limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Yeah. Feel bad for the director, but who knows? This could be great. Moving on to I mentioned Deadpool a little bit ago, and the director of Deadpool has a new film coming out. Yeah, it's very interesting because I didn't even know that this movie was happening, but they released the trailer for Terminator: Dark Fate.
Oh.
I
didn't know that was the Deadpool director.
Yeah, it's Tim Miller. I almost said Tim Story. No, Tim Miller. And it's interesting because the Terminator franchise has been in kind of an odd place because James Cameron, that man who hasn't made a movie in 10 years since Avatar. But he went down real deep in the sea that one time. No, he finally he's back on board as a producer for Terminator: Dark Fate, which because he of course he directed, I know he directed Terminator 2. Yeah, I believe he did direct the original Terminator as well. And so he's sort of but he kind of lost the right. He licensed the rights to the other studio for a long time to make these movies. And he's been quite opinionated, I believe. on the direction of the Terminator franchise in his absence, but the deal ran out because it's been like 20 years or whatever. So that they've still been making Terminator movies somehow. It's weird that this franchise didn't never really fully went away, right?
Yeah. It's just kind of a zombie franchise right now.
Yeah, because we had Terminator Salvation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then was there nothing between Salvation and Jenny Smith?
Well,
not that I know of.
You know what's gonna happen now?
What?
Because this is gonna be the James Cameron curse, right?
Okay.
Because after Endgame surpasses Avatar, this movie's gonna come out and then take the spot back.
No.
Not allowed to have a non-James Cameron movie be the highest grossing film.
Was Titanic James Cameron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I mean, Jurassic Park was Spielberg, and that was number one for a while.
I mean, yeah, but I feel Spielberg hasn't taken number one spots as often as James Cameron.
No, probably not. No. He had the number one and for years. It's
Avatar losing the spot is a little sad to me, just because I've always found it so amusing.
Well, I'm not actually sure it will.
That'd be interesting.
Because it's $100 million. It's $100 million off, and it's in its fifth. It's gonna going in. It's this is it's. By the time this comes out, it'll be going into its fifth or sixth weekend.
All right, guys. I know what we need to do. We need to continuously buy out Avengers tickets.
Oh, thanks, Jax Films.
He
is doing that.
I watched his video about asking around people if they could name a single character from Avatar.
It's very funny.
It was funny. Towards the end, there was one guy who immediately answered with the main character's first and last name, and it's like, whoa,
Jake Sully.
Yeah,
I remember. Here's the thing. All I remember from that movie is no, I remember the two main characters. And that's it.
I saw the movie as a kid.
Jake Sully and Neytiri was Zoe Saldana. And then there was the one general guy that was played by the guy that wanted to be Cable.
I never saw Avatar, and I'm not really I now know that
Stephen
Scott watched it, but I had no idea that anyone I knew watched it.
No, well, it's
a lot of people watched it.
Everyone watched it. It was everyone and their mother watched it.
I saw it with my mother. Yeah.
Is that a better way?
When I was 9.
Yeah. I was 10 and I got lost after the theater.
I thought about rewatching the movie now out of curiosity, but I really like leaving it it's like a Pandora's box, because Pandora is even the fucking name of the
There's
place.
No reason to, because here's the thing. I remember I saw a bit of it once when we were on a school trip, and they played it on they played it on the van that we were on in the tiny back of the head screens. And I'm that's the funniest thing imaginable, because the movie was meant to be seen in IMAX 3D. It's got this big sprawling universe. It's there's, because that's why people, because it was it was the first movie to really go for the 3D, and because that jacked up the ticket prices, because everyone was there've been a couple movies since Gravity and whatnot that have also really gone for that 3D effect, and also Doctor Strange to a lesser extent.
Yeah, well, Avatar was back when it was still pretty new, and people gave a shit about it.
Yeah. I mean, it was the one it was the thing that made every movie start doing 3D showings.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why that is. No, but back to Terminator. Fuck.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. It's got a pretty good cast. Linda Hamilton is back, which is cool. The guy who plays the new evil Terminator, the new kind of T-1000 thing guy, because he does the thing where he like morphs into like liquid metal and then goes out, but then he leaves the skeleton behind. The guy who plays that is Gabriel Luna. He's really good. He was Ghost Rider on Agents of Shield, and he's getting his own spin-off. He's getting his own spin-off show.
We're getting a Ghost Rider show?
Yeah, it's gonna be on Hulu.
Epic.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah. No, Mackenzie Davis is like the she's like the new like kind of like sort of like half human, half robot. We don't really know. She's definitely she's a Terminator. But she's.
I really like her because she was in a show I really like called *Halt and Catch Fire* as like one of the main characters, and that's about like computer industry in the '90s. So that's like my shit.
Cool.
I really liked her in that. So
yeah,
cool.
And Arnold's coming back because he will do anything if you pay him.
No, that quite literally, that is that man's modus operandi, man.
It's quite very much so.
Yeah, dude. Do you not know the stories of his shirtless bodybuilding fencing company?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh yeah. So I forget where I got this information, but so Arnold Arnie. I really am not comfortable pronouncing his last name because I feel like I'm gonna mispronounce it.
Just call him Schwartz.
Schwartz.
It's Schwarzenegger. It's fine. Everyone says it.
I know. I'm really bad at enunciating words sometimes, and like
then just call him Arnie Schwartz.
Look. Point being, Big Muscly used to be governor, man. When he first came over here to America, he started a like fencing company, right?
Okay, what kind of fencing are we talking here? Like
building a physical fence.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the sport of fencing.
No, what?
So he's like, oh, hey, let's get a bunch of bodybuilders shirtless and stab each other with swords.
No, it was let's get a bunch of bodybuilders shirtless and build a fence.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, except nobody bought into it.
Oh.
Yeah, which really sucked, but he kept trying after that.
Maybe I'd pay Arnold Schwarzenegger to build a fence for me.
Dude, honestly,
it would be way funnier now.
Yeah. You got the governor, the former big muscly governor of California to build your fence.
Yeah. That's really dumb, but also kind of great. So yeah, when you said fencing company, that's not where my brain
You went straight for the fucking sport.
Yeah.
You're out for blood.
Yeah.
Oh god. No, so yeah, it's a good cast. I like the kind of tone of it. I like the music in the trailer a lot. It feels very T2, except less sort of radical 90s and more kind of, like modernized. It looks fun. But moving on from that, onto the there was a new trailer for Spider-Man: Far From Home, the second one.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I guess this is important. Spoilers for Endgame. You've seen it. Everyone's seen it. Fuck, it's been a month. If you have seen it, go watch our spoiler review that me and Dre did on it. It's up on the channel. So, obviously this is a pretty good, this is very interesting, trailer because it came out before the movie. No, it didn't come out before the movie. It came out like just like maybe 4 or 5,
Endgame.
maybe like 4 days after.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's like providing a very odd view of the world post Endgame because like everyone seems to be kind of normal-ish. Like most of Peter Parker's class appear to have gotten snapped away because they're all still age appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
They're clearly going for. They're still. The John Watts, the director, has returned. And he's again he's taking a very he's taking a very John Hughes inspired route with this, clearly as was established in Spider-Man: Homecoming, and obviously Homecoming was our friend Dre's favorite MCU movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you should all go tweet him about that right now.
Yeah, no, right now just say, hey, Homecoming was a fantastic movie, better than the Sam Raimi films.
Yes, and he'll agree with you. Dre will
100%.
agree with he will agree
he
with
will
you.
follow you on Twitter if you tweet him that.
Yeah.
Right
now.
Nick Fury interact with the
that's fun.
Peter.
I'm glad to see that Sam Jackson is like not done with these movies. Because obviously post Endgame, a lot of the actors are hanging up the boots. Evans is done. Downey's done. Johansson might have. They're planning another movie with her, even though she was killed off. So maybe there'll be some. There'll be some other stuff. We don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
The Homecoming trailer. I mean, clearly, the kind of gimmick of the trailer going forward is that and the gimmick of the movie is that Spider-Man is going. Peter, not Spider-Man. He's leaving. He intended to leave Spider-Man in Queens, while Peter Parker went on a nice European field trip vacation with his class to sort of see Europe. And while they're there, they Peter hooks up with Nick Fury. They who introduces him to Mysterio, who's played by Jake Gyllenhaal. In the trailer, he's referred to as being from a different Earth, which means they might finally be going full on multiverse in these movies.
They already did time travel, so
they already did time travel. They've teased alternate dimensions other Earths and stuff in the TV shows before. But this is the first time that they've, and obviously Doctor Strange has tons of parallel dimensions and alternate timelines and futures and whatever and whatnot. But this is the first time that they've, I feel like that they've, gone on and said, no, this is in the movies, there's another Earth. And this guy's the hero. Obviously, we should really be questioning that.
Yeah.
Because Mysterio, his whole thing is that these big elaborate illusions to trick people. In the comics, he's like a movies movie special effects kind of genius wizard guy, and he uses his illusions to pull off crimes and stuff. He's a very fun character. He's one that I've wanted to see in the movies for a while, and that costume looks great.
Yeah, I like how it looks.
Yeah,
I don't know much about Mysterio or anything, but he looks cool.
Oh, I really dig the Mysterio outfit. And yeah, and so we should be taking this stuff he says is very clearly hinting at him being the overarching villain of the movie, because he says when you save people, some people get sacrificed. Sometimes people have to die, and like, oh, okay. He wants to be, and the theme of this obviously is now with Tony Stark dead. Peter has to kind of step up to take the place of like the sort of the head, like the leading figure, the driving force of the MCU. Is they will want to be Spider-Man going forward, which is very good. Because he's a very interesting character to build the world around, because he's so sort of down to earth after we had this sort of big tech genius billionaire guy who could basically by the end of those movies he was like doing like magic shit seemingly. But yeah, it looks fun. We got to see Hydro Man was in the movie. That what looks like could be Sandman. I don't think it is. I think it's like Pyro Man. Was that his name? I don't remember.
Wasn't Sandman in Spider-Man 3?
He was.
He
I
was.
always forget that there was another villain in that movie besides Venom.
No, yes. It's probably not Sandman.
It
but
might be. It might be.
It might be. That'll piss off some people.
I mean, they've got to cut their losses at some point.
No, dude, bro. Spider-Man 4, when? Spider-Man fans be like, if it's not Spider-Man 4, I'm gonna complain forever. And even if it is Spider-Man 4, I'm gonna complain that it wasn't as good as Spider-Man 2.
I'm gonna complain that it wasn't as good as Spider-Man 3.
Oh.
That's a controversial statement, huh?
Boom goes the dynamite.
I mean, look back at that movie. It's really fun to watch because it's so fucking cheesy. Bad.
There's definitely parts of it that are pretty fun to watch.
I'm looking at you, dance scene.
Okay, yeah. Everyone thinks that Peter Parker going down the street and doing the thing, like that's cheesy and dumb enough to be like funny. But the jazz club scene, come on, bro.
Oh,
That's epic.
That takes
epic.
it.
Fuck.
Now dig on this.
It's so epic.
It's so dumb. It's so.
It is dumb. I really enjoy it, but I can see why. It's a bit much.
That I feel like that's the part. That's the part when the movie loses me.
That's fair.
But it is, it is what it is. But no, the Far From Home trailer looks good. We got to look at a couple new Spider-Man suits. They've got like the kind of like the stealth, like kind of like sneaky one, the Iron Spiders in the beginning, of course. And then we get a sort of like red and we got like a kind of like a red and black one that looks nice. Looks good. Anything else you guys want to say about the Far From Home trailer?
I'm good.
I mean, is there anything I don't want to say? I just kind of want to go back to the multiverse thing.
Okay.
I think they're really just going to use that as a plot point for this movie, like you brought up. Mysterio is like a trickster guy. I don't think they're going to branch out that far.
I mean, I hope they do at some point, because then we could get sort of multiverse shenanigans, which is fun. Like
Marvel Zombies, the movie.
Yeah, please. They're gonna do like a Marvel. They're gonna do like a Marvel's What If show for which is like the animated thing on which is gonna be like changing things. They're not gonna do Marvel, but I want them to. Marvel Zombies would be cool, but maybe they'll do the thing where they're like, oh, he says he's from a different universe, so we build all this different universe. Oh no, he was lying, he's a trickster, blah. But then at the end they realize, oh wait, he was like, maybe there really is a multiverse out there somewhere, bum bum bum, and then there's like, yay, we're doing, Spider-Verse next time. Or what have you. But looks good. All right, moving on from Marvel to good old DC. We keep in mind that this has not been confirmed. Studio has not announced anything, and studio has not announced anything. And so far, none of this has been, officially confirmed. But sites are reporting that the man most likely to be cast as the next Batman is the one and only Robert Pattinson. Now, weirdly, the internet's not dying as much as it did for Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Which is like weird because like DC fans being angry about Batman casting is kind of a thing. Because you're never gonna please anyone, and I thought Affleck was those movies were bad, but I think he was a great choice to play Batman, even though the movies were bad.
I mean, honestly, I think the reason the internet's not dying so much is we know the drill now. They get the current Batman actor, right? They take him inside they take him inside a like building, and they keep him there for a few days, and then when the smoke comes out of the highest window, we know that the new Batman has been inaugurated.
he's just until he gets depressed and
until he gets depressed and they have to take him back inside and the process repeats, as we all know.
My God.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, Robert Pattinson obviously, got his major start in the Harry Potter movies, but really made it big in Twilight, which I actually never saw those movies, and I've been meaning.
I don't think I did either.
I did a lot.
I've been meaning to watch them because, we all hated them at the time because it was cool when we were, edgy middle and high schoolers.
Oh no, I hated them at the time because my sisters kept fucking playing them.
Yeah, no. But no, I've been meaning to watch those. Because, okay, Ronnie, was he good in those?
I mean, I couldn't say. I was in the room while they were watching it, and, I wasn't watching intently because, I was a fucking child. I hear he's not bad. I don't, remember hating him. I just kind of remembered it. See, okay, what a lot of people dislike about the Twilight movies wasn't the actors in it. I'm pretty sure people dislike the Twilight movies because of the concept of Twilight.
No, the books are bad.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure he did fine. I think everyone just ragged on the Twilight movies because it was just bad.
Yeah.
Not the acting themselves, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's at a point where whether he was good or bad, it doesn't necessarily mean at this point that he's a bad actor. Because A, that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
and B, if you've seen his commentary, nobody hates Twilight more than Robert Pattinson. His commentary track on it is really, really funny. But yeah, I have a hard time looking at Twilight and feeling comfortable judging anybody's career based on that alone.
No, I mean,
there's so much what makes them movie good or bad.
I mean, Kristen Stewart's done all right for herself since. And Pattinson, he's kind of been busting his ass on the and doing some sort of art house stuff. He's doing some lower budget, some indie films, some other stuff. He hasn't, I don't think he's been in a big franchise since Twilight. So him stepping kind of back into that leading man role is good because he's a bankable guy, and physically, obviously, he's a white guy with a strong jaw. That's all you need to to physically resemble Batman.
Carroll, now you've given me a idea for the next Ronnie Ramble section. Who has the weakest chin in Batman?
It's Christian Bale.
Wow.
It's obvious. It's easily Christian Bale.
Well, I'm not doing that anymore.
Have you seen his fucking? He's got the fucking ripples. That suit did not look good on him. It's a good suit. The Dark Knight suit. The Batman Begins one slightly less so, but the Dark Knight suit looks dope. But he looked weird in it. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite of all time. But yeah. No, I actually think he's very talented. He's a great actor. Don't know. Let me just. Yeah. Well, he's he's clearly very very accomplished. It's. I just I get why people are mad because he's the Twilight guy is and he's a very odd fellow. He's a very strange guy. I think that this is really good. He can bring a definite. I'm much more interested to see his Bruce Wayne than his Batman because I think he can be a really good Batman, but I'm interested to see how he captures the sort of both the sort of the inherent darkness of him, but also the kind of suave attitude of it, because that's the part of Batman that I feel like Ben Affleck kind of really missed. Because Christian Bale was a phenomenal Bruce Wayne. And I think that that Affleck was an excellent Batman, but they couldn't kind of they never it was the other half that they were kind of mostly missing, and so I'm excited to see what Bale does with this, or sorry, what Pattinson does with this if he gets it.
I just stumbled upon a random article about Willem Dafoe being the headline is Willem Dafoe thinks Robert Pattinson has an important Batman quality.
Oh, for a second I thought you were about to say Willem Dafoe was in the running. He was kicking up Bale. Willem Dafoe's Batman. Please. Oh my god, that'd be so good.
They haven't used Willem Dafoe in the MCU or anything, have they?
No.
I would like to see them do something.
You're a vigilante. I'm somewhat of a vigilante myself. Oh god. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. E3 is right around the corner. And so there's it happens in just a few weeks. So we thought we'd get together and share some of our E3 predictions. And when I say I'm sharing E3 predictions, it means I googled them 20 minutes ago.
Do your own work.
No, but yeah, what do you guys expect? What do you guys kind of like mainly expect to see from E3 going forward?
PS5.
Well, yeah, duh. But
Beyond Good and Evil 2 trailer.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've really paid a lot of attention to E3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, since probably last E3.
Well, yeah, but last E3 I was also I wasn't really. I didn't have a lot of. I don't know. E3's not been something. Haven't been something I've ever followed very closely for the past few years. But.
Well. Okay. I'll say something that I'm sort of expecting because I mean, obviously the Switch has been out for a couple years now. They just announced the PS5 is coming. Microsoft's going to be there. Do you think that we're going to get to see some? Do you think we're going to get to see any hints of the next Xbox or the next Microsoft console?
I mean, probably.
I don't know. I'm still not used to the idea of next gen consoles being reality soon. I mean, in my mind, I still call the PS4 and the Xbox next gen consoles.
Yeah, me too. It's fucking weird. Yeah, it's I've had that situation where, oh yeah, next gen consoles, and I like the shit we have now. I don't want to spend another fucking $300 just to play video games. No, it's
God. It's weird because it has been a while now. I mean, 2013. That's 6 years ago already.
Holy
which is really weird thinking about.
No, it is because I feel like it's the last gen, the last generation with the 360 and with the 360 PS4 and Wii. That shit lasted way too long.
Yeah.
That shit went on for an age, so it feels like.
Yeah, because I felt like for most of my life that was the generation, so I'm not used to it already being another one after the one after that one.
Yeah,
we're getting old, fellas.
We are getting old.
It's fucked up.
Well, Carroll, you're dying first, so.
Not if you can't.
Not necessarily.
Not if I push you off first. But yeah. I mean, that's just okay, so what begins? Hopefully we'll get a release date for Final Fantasy.
That'd be
happening this year.
What did you say?
I don't think that's happening this year.
Well, they announced it 3 years ago. Come on.
They did a trailer recently.
Yeah, they did a trailer recently. Maybe they'll have a release date.
Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
Oh.
So I don't know. We live in a world.
We live in a society.
There are people in the world. There are video games in the world. There is Tetsuya Nomura in the world.
People die if they are killed.
Yeah.
Guys, If you die in the real world, you die for real.
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
If
That's the
you
next
die in
PS5 selling point.
If you die in Canada, you die in real life.
The PS5 is just Sword Art Online.
Yeah, no. See,
The controller
PS5
like releases an electric shock that kills you.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
know-
like. See,
It's
okay,
already
here are Sony's
worked
new
bad
censorship laws. So one of the things that happened, it didn't happen this month. It's just a note. Sony is deciding to like run all their like censorship things in house, and now the PS5 is just gonna like, if you play an anime game and there's tits, right? It's just gonna pull out a gun and shoot you. That's the censorship.
You're, every 60 seconds, a minute passes in Africa.
Oh shit! How many minutes is that in America?
Data not found.
It's 60 seconds.
Whoa.
Oh shit!
No, but yeah. I mean, the biggest thing I'm hoping for is a look at Metroid Prime 4, because I know what happened with they actually, like, a while ago they had to like scrap the entire game and start over, because it's like it wasn't playing the way, it wasn't going the way they wanted Metroid Prime 4 to go, and so they were like, fuck it, let's just scrap it and start like the whole thing from scratch, which is like wild to think. So yeah, maybe we'll actually get but that was like, what was that?
Is that quality in my modern games?
No, not likely.
I'll probably watch like a few conferences. I don't know. I'll probably there will probably be some shit that's announced that I end up being exciting for that I didn't even like think about. Cause my head just kind of drawn a blank when I think like E3. I guess I don't. Well, in the first place, I don't actually play that many video games, and I don't follow that many mainstream video games.
Well, apparently there's going to be another Assassin's Creed that's going to be kind of Viking oriented. At least that's what the
What
rumor
oriented?
is. Vikings.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds cool. I remember. Oh yeah, because I really liked Black Flag. That's like the one Assassin's Creed game I got into because I really liked it. So if
I liked Origins, that was the only one that's like the one I've played. I haven't played any. I wanted to play Black Flag, but because that was the one that was ancient Egypt. That was fun. But yeah.
If they're doing like a Viking one that like plays similarly to Black Flag, I'd be totally down for that.
Yeah, because I mean
that might be like the second Assassin's Creed game that I played. Because I played Black Flag and I was like, maybe I'll check out some other Assassin's Creed games because I like own some that I've never played. And I tried and I was like, I don't want to play an Assassin's Creed game. I just want to play a pirate game. That's what I'm doing here.
And then they made the pirate game and they fucked up the pirate game.
Well, the pirate game was epic. Black Flag was pretty good.
No, I mean like they made a pirate game.
Oh, lol.
So there's like Sea of Thieves and then there's another one done by Ubisoft.
Oh.
God, Sea of Thieves. Is Sea of Thieves still a thing?
Yeah.
I feel like it must be.
Yeah, no, it's still a thing.
But nobody liked it when it came out. But like except people who did.
Yeah, it is like.
I mean, that's how it be.
You know when games come out and like no one except like the people who do like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts on E3 before our show gets swamped with E3 stuff next time?
I mean,
I got nothing.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. They're gonna probably localize Mother 3 this year.
Oh, absolutely.
I swear they're going to localize.
They're going to announce Waluigi in Smash, and if they don't, boycott the games industry.
Half-Life 3.
Oh,
that'd be some wicked shit to drop in this year of 2019.
That's like you can't do that anymore. It's like announcing like, oh hey, by the way, we're making a like Blade movie. Yeah, people would have cared like 20 years ago.
Well, that's what makes it epic, because we're past the point of like people really like giving a shit about Half-Life 3. People still make jokes about it occasionally, like I just did. It's gonna get to the point where nobody thinks about Half-Life for a whole year, and then it's gonna come out.
Epic.
So they're waiting until everybody forgets about it, and nobody fucking cares anymore. That's when they do it.
Solid marketing strategy, Val.
Yeah, of course.
Wait until the least amount of people give a shit about your product.
Exactly.
Then you learn to count to above 2.
Portal 3?
That's not... They don't. Well, I mean, I hope there's a Portal 3, but
I mean, Valve doesn't make games anymore.
They don't. And
They
even when
really
they did,
do
they
not.
couldn't count. But yeah. Okay, moving on. That's it for the news. So get ready for some fiery goodness. The lava is rolling. The takes are coming. Guthrie's Hot Takes is coming up next. Guthrie, take it away.
Thank you for that delightful intro, Carroll, and welcome to your least favorite segment, Guthrie's Hot Takes, recorded out of a dark, windowless room somewhere on the UC Santa Cruz campus. I bring you the unpopular but correct opinions that everyone is afraid to discuss, such as, is white chocolate the best one? Let's be real, it is. I mean, who even likes chocolate anyway? It's 2019. Anyway, today's topic is a very special one, near and dear to my heart. And the hot take is Borderlands good? And I'm gonna be real, it is not. Every Borderlands mission, every Borderlands game, you walk up to someone and you get a quest and they're like, hello there, Epic Bacon Man. Now, I have a slight little problemo. Not only are the Reddit servers down, but there's bandits. You know bandits, right? They're bad guys. Now I need you to shoot them with your gun by pressing the mouse button. Aren't I funny for referencing the third wall? Fourth wall. Aha! Got you again. Ironic. Narwhal bacon. And then you go and it isn't fun because it's a slow, controls-ass game and you walk up and you kill 3 people. And then you get a bacon coin that you spend on a weapon with worse stats, but hey, it has a purple color. And so anyway, yeah, Borderlands sucks. And my biggest hot take is I am frankly running out of ideas. Oh god, I'm not even funny. Anyway, back to you, Carroll.
And we're back. Oh, thank you, Guthrie. You have melted my flesh and my heart.
Guthrie, you are right. I should eat straight THC jewel pods.
I don't think that's what he said, but I'm choose to believe it. All right, moving on to our favorite segment. Recommendations is here. So kicking us off, Ronnie, what did you bring?
All right, I'd like to take you back to the year 2000. Back when it was a simpler time and you could just watch Saturday morning cartoons. And as you were watching things like Recess and shit, there was a show that you probably overlooked called Fillmore. And my god, is it a really good show.
Bum, 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 bum.
So basically, to give you the gist of it, Fillmore is a middle school cop drama. Fucking...
That sounds cool.
That's what I kind of remember about it.
That sounds like my shit.
It's a really good cop drama because it doesn't it's not realistic. It does not try and take itself seriously. The first episode is what was it? Fuck. Oh, the first episode was someone graffitiing bathroom stalls. And you get Fillmore and his partner Ingrid trying to solve the crime of who
this
the
is
fuck...
the show with that black kid with the glasses.
With the glasses, yeah.
He's very epic.
He is very epic.
I never saw the show. I don't think I've even heard the name before, but I've seen this guy.
Dude, the show's worth watching. So Fillmore is he's your what's the word? More serious detective. He is I guess he's kind of a cool cop that takes the pressure well.
Hard-boiled?
Hard-boiled. He's really fucking hard-boiled for being in middle school.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
so
epic.
funny.
What?
Because
some shit.
This is like, because like when I like listen to that and what I hear about it is like he seems like the jaded old veteran, like I've been around here too long. I've seen every kind of crime there is, but he's in middle school.
Yeah, no, exactly. Not only that, he is not only the veteran, but he's the veteran that used to be a delinquent himself.
Oh,
and that's not a one-off thing. It is mentioned multiple times.
Back in his preschool days.
Not his preschool days, early middle school, because I think they're in 7th grade. So it's like, during his 6th grade time, he fucked some people up. In one of the more recent episodes that I watched, like recently, because I've just been watching it off of YouTube. The entire thing is there if you want to watch it.
I'll do that.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just on YouTube because I don't think Disney remembers this show, which is very sad.
Disney show?
It was a Disney show.
I never saw it.
Where was it? Was it on like Jetix?
I would assume it would be on like Jetix. It would be around the Jetix, and I think fucking what was it? It wasn't Toon Disney. It was, what was the block before Jetix?
I don't remember.
It was around like the Recess era.
Yeah. That one, Recess was Jetix. Yeah,
Recess was Jetix and like a little earlier. Anyway, point being, you can find the entire thing on YouTube because it's just ripped on there. And one of the things that it's listed that he did, or that he like talks about, and there's an episode not fully revolving around it, but it brings it up.
Wait, quick clarification question. Is it on YouTube legally?
No, it is not.
We here at Geeks by Gaslight do not condone piracy.
We do it. But we do fucking do it a lot.
No, we don't. Nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Never pirated something in my life.
Whatever.
I've never done it.
No, we don't want to get that. No, okay. We here at Geeks by Gaslight do not condone any yarhar of any kind. Don't pirate, kids. That being
some
said,
kinds though, like when we're talking about Black Flag, that shit's cool.
Oh, if you're playing Black Flag, then it's okay to be a pirate, but not else.
But not like pirating Black Flag, like being a pirate in Black, like it's.
Although that would be very funny, but don't do it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anyway, my point being, in one of the episodes, they talk about some of the shit he's done, and in one of them, it's like this mini golf tournament is being rigged, right? So that the contestants have to like lose their matches intentionally. So Fillmore,
how dare you?
Yeah, so Fillmore joins the fucking competition, right? And at this point, they like already figure out who's kind of like in charge. He joins the competition so that because he's really good at mini golf, so he wants to like break the streak so that the villain doesn't win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and he says like, I really am good at mini golf, but I haven't played it ever since I like mentally broke the mini golf club after attempting to try out, them rejecting me going back, challenging them to an all or nothing game in which they give me all of their mini golf related shit. And I beat them. I beat them so hard that, in fact, they just kind of lost all motivation to play mini golf.
This show sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it's great because, okay, it has some of the early 2000s cheese. Like, it does have some of that, but honestly, it doesn't make as many references to, like, IRL things because they just decide to, just make shit up.
Yeah. Well, it's like, even I feel like sometimes even when shows do that, it's like kind of charming. Even when you go back and watch them now.
Well, I
remember watching an episode of Kim Possible that was a tie-in with the X Games.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and Kim Possible, I mentioned this on the podcast before. She got saved by Ryan Nyquist, who was like a BMX biker.
Holy shit!
It was like a team up episode. It was really weird.
Yeah,
people will criticize pop culture references for like dating something, but that's not always a bad thing. I feel sometimes sometimes you watch something and it feels like it's like meant to invoke a certain period in it.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's like it doesn't. There are some times where it's like makes something that just won't make sense. But there are a lot of times where it can.
Like a lot of
something to be shied away from just because of
a lot of those parody movies aren't very good with that. Like the scary movies and whatever those things like there's a lot of pop culture references in those that don't age well. But sometimes it can can really kind of add a charm to.
Yeah, there's definitely, I think, the difference between not aging well and just like aging in a way where it's like it's clearly aged, but you can like appreciate it for that in a way.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's one instance, and this is in the first episode, where they do kind of make a pop culture reference, and personally I think it would piss Carroll off. Because
oh no,
he's doing a chase, right? Because this show really loves its fucking chase scenes. Okay. It's great. There's one every episode because it's a fucking middle school.
Does he say, now this is pod racing?
No, he doesn't.
Damn it.
No, he's passing by the cheerleading club, and the cheerleading coach is like, you have perfect formation, but you, like, just imagine yourself as a Geodude using his Harden attack.
No!
Yeah!
No, they don't!
They did that in the first episode and never again.
Wait. So, this was a middle school coach of cheerleaders saying using Harden.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say that's a little suspicious.
They were doing the pyramid, so like Harden being like
that's like whoa. That's wild. There's a Pokemon reference. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I feel like that's the sort of thing that I feel like I'd be less surprised by today. Now that it's like Pokemon's been around for like really, really long, and like a lot of people know it.
Yeah, and well, now Detective Pikachu's coming out, so
yeah, especially
there's a whole new wave of people who are into it.
Yeah, but so that it just does it that one time. I haven't really seen any sort of pop culture references again. There's like parodies of pop culture things, and I think honestly one of my favorite sort of things that does kind of date this show is that there's a lot of like, because this was early 2000s, so you have like some white rapper kids coming in. Not in every episode. There's just like there's this particular episode where a chess player, right, is being threatened against his life. And and he is like he's very afraid, so he uses this like hip hop persona.
Oh.
Yeah. What the fuck did they call him? It was like Check something.
Party McFly.
No.
TJ Two Shoes.
No. It was like
MC Twitter handle, but spelled horribly.
Okay, stop listing off your rap career choices, all right?
Never.
You're not gonna get anywhere. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so there's just like a lot of fun 2000s cheese in this show, and also just how the school faculty works in this show is amazing because the principal is like the person who in every like cop show is like threatening to shut down the precinct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
you've gone too far this time, Fillmore.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's that kind of shit. And then the commissioner. Cannon. Yeah, Fillmore is the loose cannon. He's the guy. Good. Yeah, Fillmore's the loose cannon. That like he is always causing trouble. Like there's listed.
Badge and gun.
Yeah, no, there's like a scene where that happens.
No.
Wait, he has a gun? Is it
like he doesn't have a gun, but he has a badge.
Oh, dude. Is he like a hall monitor?
Basically, that's what these guys are. They're like...
I need to watch this show. This sounds like a me show.
Yeah, no, he's like an extreme hall monitor, sort of. Except, like, they actually have an office for all the, like, hall monitor-esque people. They're called the Safety Patrol. They have an office where they have to file reports. And, like, also have an evidence locker. Instead of coffee, they have hot cocoa.
They have a precinct!
They have a precinct in this fucking school!
Why didn't I go to this school?
Fuck, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Go there.
and like some of the episodes are super relatable because one of them was that the like this thing they have in the show called the Satty Nine, which is just like, you know, all the fucking standardized test stuff, right? Gets stolen, and you have this and you have Fillmore's partner Ingrid, who's like really fucking smart because they have like a photographic memory. Like actually have to struggle with, well, do I like get the tests back because all these people are like all these people who took the test and like also have stakes on this test don't want to take the test again, but if I get them back, the people who like will disappoint their parents and shit are not gonna be like happy. They're gonna, you know, shit's gonna be bad for them.
Drama.
Yeah, and it's like it's never super serious. There's never like the stakes are never dire, but it's just like
It should be one time at least.
I mean, there is an episode where these kids are trying to steal a test, right? And they're putting so much effort into stealing this test that at one point they hold Fillmore's fish hostage.
So it's like so there's like a heist episode?
Yeah, there's an episode where Fillmore is standing guard for these fucking tests. And mind you, nobody asks him to do it. He just knows that there's like this group of kids who are going to cheat on the test by stealing the answers, right? And I swear to there's not a fucking lie here. They at one point chase Fillmore into the greenhouse, and like Fillmore kind of takes them out one by one, and I'm like, sure, 100% that's a fucking Predator reference, because one of the kids says, are we hunting him or is he hunting us?
Oh my god.
It's fucking great. And like, yeah, these kids eventually are like, alright, we know how to get to him, because they go into the precinct. They break into the precinct, right? And they see Fillmore's goldfish. And then one of the kids is like, I know what we're gonna do. And mind you, it's a blizzard outside.
Okay.
So they carry the fishbowl outside, and they're like, they message Fillmore through the walkie-talkie, and they're like, hey, look, the freezing temperature of water is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'd say it would take about 1 hour for your fish to freeze to death.
No!
No,
Yeah.
that's sad.
Yeah,
It's
and
fucked up.
mind you, I'm like a couple of episodes prior, Fillmore's first fish died.
Oh.
Yeah, there's an episode.
You'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's an
John Wick
episode
style.
that's like, oh, my best friend died, except it's a fucking goldfish.
Fillmore was John Wick before John Wick was John Wick.
Yeah.
You stole my lunch money and killed my fish.
Yeah, dude, Fillmore.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah, this is what makes Fillmore
That's how they
fucking
reboot
amazing.
Fillmore, dude. That's how they bring it back.
Oh, dude, see, I was talking with Cheney about like what would happen in a Fillmore reboot, and I said last episode is Fillmore trying to stop a school shooter.
Damn.
Please no.
Oh no, yeah, I would actually hate that because that would be way too serious. So the fun of this show is that these are all like mimicking actual like cop show episodes that they would have, but just on a smaller scale, and you're just kind of thinking to yourself, my god, these middle schoolers are going hard on this shit.
That's very fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of the sort of stuff that I really, really dig.
Yeah,
I might have to watch this show.
Yeah, and it's very
I like
well
that.
animated too. It's like there's a couple of scenes where like walk cycles, specifically when they're walking like with where the camera is like looking at them from the side. It looks a little weird. It's like they got this like weird thug walk going on. But like aside from like those moments, everything in the episodes are like really well animated and shit. And yeah, I just overall, it's a really top-notch show because it's just full of like good witty comedy, good fucking what's the word? Snappy banter. You've got a diverse cast, which also like in cop dramas, they mimic the diverse cast. You've got the like if you go to the Wikipedia and you read each character's bio, it will like state their race for some reason. They're like race and ethnicity. It's weird.
They're like ethnic background.
Yeah, you've got you've got like there's a Japanese student. There is Fillmore, African American. You've got an Irish American. You've got I forgot one of the other ones. You've got the Mexican guy who is the commissioner. And he is a great character.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Did they do the 2000s thing where they're like very like slightly racist towards like especially Asians? Because like there was a lot. Because like at the 2000s we were at the point where maybe blackface isn't our current like isn't okay, but like maybe we'll do the whole white savior Chinese episode.
No, not that I can think of.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I honestly like that's why I kind of find the listing of the races weird on the wiki, because it doesn't really matter. They never like bring it up, at least like currently, or maybe there is like some subtext, but I doubt they would be doing that in a kids show.
Well, maybe if it's on a wiki, that's just information based. That's not done by the official people.
Well, it's just like the general Wikipedia article is the thing.
Well, yeah,
that's odd.
Yeah, right. It's like listed in the first sentence. It doesn't matter. They don't really make any race jokes at all. And like I don't know where this episode or where the show takes place, because it stated that Fillmore's like from Colorado, but then he's like somewhere where he can at least get to Tennessee by train. Anyway, check out the show. It's really good. If you like cop dramas but like don't like how serious they are, watch Fillmore. Fillmore's just great. Watch Fillmore.
Watch Fillmore. Yeah, I might actually do that. All right, my turn. I brought. Okay, this is probably the weirdest thing. This might be the weirdest thing that's ever been talked about on recommendation segment. And that's because I'm talking about a web show that's like it didn't even like really start off as like a show. It just kind of evolved on off. I'm talking about the CPUCS computer tournaments by YouTuber Alpharad. If you're not familiar with Alpharad, he's a Smash Brothers he has over 1 million subscribers. And he kind of does these kind of daily kind of like compilations videos. And pretty soon before Smash 4 well, there were a couple episodes of it that came out the tail end of Smash 4. But when Smash Ultimate came out, it brought back tourney mode, right? And in tourney mode, you can obviously you can select CPUs. So the instant thing is, what if you take a bunch of CPU of like level 9 computers, throw them all in a tournament bracket, and then build that into a show with narrative and lore?
Oh my god. It's
insane.
Wait, sorry, what is this?
Okay. It's a show that's like it's almost like a battle anime, but the story is conveyed entirely through computer CPU Smash Brothers battles.
That sounds awesome.
With commentary. The commentary is what kind of builds it up. So they're like the main characters. They're like I honestly like don't even want to like talk about everything because there are spoilers involved. They're like there are multiple timelines. They're like heroes and villains. There's
It reminds me of like a webcomic I read once about The Sims 3. That was the person who like made it like didn't interact with the like game very much at all. They just let the Sims like do their own stuff, and it's like really sad.
Yeah. Well, no, this is very, very, very happy because it's like
Yeah.
In the last season, because like right now, we just finished the third season that was like the big send off to like the 3-episode, like the 3-season arc that they'd be going on, the Vincent saga. It's a very very fun. It's a very, very fun show. If you can even call it that, because like each episode's about like 23 to a half hour, like 23 minutes to a half hour long. So it's really easy. You can blitz right through it. The big finale is an hour. But no, there's like the main sort of like character at first was Vincent, he's a Mii fighter. Who's dressed up like, you know, Vince from like the guy who's like the assist trophy, who's based on like Vincent Van Gogh. I forgot what game he's from. Like I think it was Art Academy.
Yeah.
You know how he has a Mii fighter costume?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So he is like the ultimate legendary fighter in this, who's like for the first while, every time at the end of like the big tournaments, there would be thug finals where the person who won that would have to fight Vincent, and Vincent would always kill him, like mercilessly. He was like sacrificing the winner to the Vincent gods. But you know, eventually, you know, Vincent joins the tournaments, and he has to sort of fight his way up. There's like a whole redemption arc. He fights his childhood bully, who's grown up and become corrupted by evil, and so he like the first like big major villain is Toy Convict, he's a prisoner, but he uses like the toy cons to do his bidding. It's very fun.
Sounds really interesting.
It's very good. Like some of the Mii characters, like there's like the Incineroars, they're two cousins, regular Incineroar and blue Incineroar. And there's like the whole narrative with him is about how because Incineroar won one of the early tournaments, and he got like, because they're signed and they're like sponsorships. It's like they frame it like it's an esports league. And so you know, Incineroar, you know, he's PG Incineroar because he got signed by to Panda Global. So Panda Global Incineroar got all this like big attention because he's like big esports star, and his cousin who he trained with, you know, feels jealous, and he like doesn't get as many wins because he's not as good as PG Incineroar to the start. And so there's like friction between the two, that like expands when, you know, as Blue Incineroar has to like work his way up to be, you know, above the level. It's so weird.
I might check this out.
Keep in mind, this is done all of these stories are done entirely through commentary, and because it's like it's just Smash Brothers tourney mode CPUs. Link is like a very like big main character, and Link and Zelda are very good. Ridley is my favorite. I love Ridley so much because he's the people's champion. Basically, he won over the hearts of everyone just because he has the most disrespectful plays ever, and he'll often end up SDing, like killing himself, just to style on his opponents in the most amazing way possible.
Are these like regular CPUs, or are they like amiibos where you can teach them?
No, they're not amiibos. They're regular CPUs.
Oh, okay.
I hope they do an amiibo tournament.
Yeah, because that's the sort of type of stuff I'd always think about. That'd be cool with like an amiibo because of how they can sort of like learn and stuff.
Yeah, that would be fun if they did that. But right now it's just like the regular CPUs. It's very, very fun. And so yeah, I don't want to get to like there's like an alternate evil timeline that there's like invasion, and there's like these big crossovers. There's a beach episode.
Why doesn't wrestling do this?
What?
Why don't they have evil timelines? Let's see evil AJ Styles.
Please! Oh, it's just like it's just like Star Trek Evil, where they wrestle each other, but they're all wearing goatees.
Evil John Cena, where he stays as the fucking
white rapper.
Yeah.
outcome of the fight's still decided by the CPU and just the stories like around it. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's like weird. I imagine it must be a headache to write for the show. Because you can't control who wins.
Yeah. That seems interesting because that's the sort of thing, or I guess it's not quite like this, but it makes me think of like some like multiplayer like Minecraft hardcore stuff on YouTube where it's like death can be like more suspenseful than in like a truly like fictional setting because it's not like a writer deciding who dies when. It's like that seems like it could have some interesting stuff sort of like that.
I remember years ago I watched a YouTube series on it was a Freddy W. I think it's Rocket Jump. But they had like a Minecraft series that was basically like a reality show. And they treated and it was like big ultimate like permadeath. And they treated dying in that game akin to like getting voted off the island. It was very funny. But back to the CPUCS. The commentary is really, really good. Alpharad and his whole crew does a really good job. It's edited really well. There's the match that got me on board with this as a concept was they uploaded the full match, like the match in full later because it's so good. But there was this one match between Lucina and Shulk. Who Lucina is like kind of like she's like a low, like Shulk didn't really do much after. But Lucina's kind of like more of a main character. She's not like really a main character, but
is there like voice acting?
No.
How do they sort of tell the story?
It's all the commentary.
Oh. So like they commentate on like what's happening and
yeah. Well, there's like they commentate during the matches and they use that to fill in the details of the story, and then and the rest is kind of pieced together by the fandom. Because there's like a dedicated because it's just like a small series on one big on a pretty big YouTube channel, but there's like a dedicated subreddit. And the memes are great. Right now, there's actually an ARG going on. It's really kind of wild season because like we thought that there was a that I'm not going to spoil what happens in the end because you should go watch it. But we thought some things had happened. Some villains had been vanquished, but turns out that wasn't all of the story. No, they actually at the end they actually killed off some characters from the major. Wow. Yeah, it gets hard. It's like you wouldn't think you would get so invested in a fucking CPU. But they all have like they like all somehow manage to have like distinct personalities just by like the style that they play. Like Link is the kind of like he's like the best player, kind of like I mean other than Vincent, he's kind of like the kind of like the best like player in the tournaments. And he's kind of like a more like serious character. But then you have someone like Ridley, who's a little bit like Zelda and Link are more serious, but then like Ridley and DDD a little bit more kind of like disrespectful and saucy. And then there's Rosalina, who might be the most memed character in the entire tournament because she has the most legendary losing streak. She's just she tries so hard.
Oh, that's sad.
No, yeah, no, it's really no, it's quite hilarious. Just Rosalina matches are so fucking wild. Just because of how fucking brain dead they are. It's very fun. And no, there's like romantic elements, subplots to it. Like Link and Zelda used to date. There was like a thing. I mean, they're not really main characters, but there was like clearly a thing going on between Ike and Samus. There's like a whole thing with Ken and Rosalina because they're both like big losers. It's really wild. And then there's like all the alternate timeline stuff. I could go on. But no, there's an arc going on right now. It's a real easy watch because the episodes are so short.
Yeah, I'll probably check this and Fillmore out. This is a really good recommendation segment.
Yeah, it's real easy. They quite often get on the gaming page. So if you check like the YouTube trending pages for like the other topics, and you ever looked into gaming, you've probably seen one of them on there at some point. Because they're pretty popular. But the subreddit's relatively small. And there's this big ARG going on right now that's being kind of like hinted at. There's like we've gotten to the point where we're able to like communicate with one of the characters directly. It's really fun. Check it out. You don't think it's a good idea until you see it, because it sounds so dumb. And to like a certain extent, it is. It is quite dumb, but it's also super super fun. And you know, just like a very unexpected joy. So that's my recommendation. Go watch the CPU CRS by Alpharad. It's very good. All right, that's it from me. Scott, what did you bring to show and tell?
Oh, me. All right, it's my turn now. Okay, I'm bringing Hypnospace Outlaw. It's a game that came out, I think, last month or maybe a few months ago. It's cool. It's based around 90s internet, and it's made by Jay Tholen, who's the same guy who did Dropsy. I don't know if either of you guys would have heard of that. It's like an adventure game.
I have not.
About a clown. I haven't played it yet, but I want to. Now after playing Hypnospace, because I really like Hypnospace, and I'm also like an adventure game fan, so I might as well play that. But it's almost like a detective game. So the kind of premise is you're an internet moderator on this like weird pseudo 90s internet. It's like kind of futuristic, because the part of the premise is like, so there's like a device people wear while they sleep. So they call it sleep time computing or whatever. And it's like in their sleep that they do it. But it's a very 90s sort of setting, and very 90s sort of websites. And so you're a moderator, and so you go through looking through these websites trying to find like rule violations. So like one of the first things in the game is there's like a made up like cartoon character who's like a detective fish called Gumshoe Gooper. And they're like, hey, look for takedowns, copyright violations of Gumshoe Gooper. And then you go through and find them. And so there's this one. It's really sad, because there's this one teacher's page who's got all these drawings she's posted of her elementary school class drew of this cartoon character. And then you go through and take them down, and then she's all like mad. And then later in the game, she like starts like a rebellion over it. And it's almost like it's like it gets really interesting, because a lot of the users come up with like clever ways to get around. So you start having to sort of do some like puzzle solving to like get to like where they're doing all their like stuff. Like you have to like get a password to like get on, figure out a password to get onto like a service where they're like illegally like hosting music and stuff like that. And it's got a little bit of a narrative to it, with how the guy who runs it is like this guy called Dylan Merchant, and he's well intentioned, but he's not really good. He's the sort of like kind of person you would see running like something like a website or a Discord server, even, where they're like nice people, but they clearly like don't know how to like run an internet community. And
so GBG.
it could be.
I'm docking your pay for that.
I was talking about me too. I'm an admin.
You're docking your pay for that.
You don't pay me.
You're docking.
Wait. So what if you get paid $0 and then your pay gets docked? Does that mean now that you owe them money?
Wait,
you owe me. You owe me $10 for that statement.
Oh man.
It's.
I'm gonna post about this in the Ronnie Defiance Alliance.
Hey man,
I'm not in that anymore.
You still technically owe me a soul.
But
no, we sorted that out. I bought you.
We did. But it was just very disappointing to know that you had already pawned
This is getting too off topic. Let's not talk about my various debts anymore. Scott, please.
Yeah, okay. So it really nails this whole like 90s internet aesthetic. They got all kinds of like really sort of like colorful little like 3D animations and corny sort of over designed stuff. Like you remember back on like obviously like none of us really like have memories of being on the internet in the 90s. But like if you grew up on the internet in the early 2000s, even you probably remember sites that'll have like custom cursors and like all kind like custom stuff like music playing, stuff that like people don't really do anymore because it doesn't really work.
The terrible like tile backgrounds that they used to have.
Yeah,
Basically
it's
the
very
Space
charming.
Jam
There's like a
website.
site run by this like teenager who's got this like music from some like band playing. He's got his own little like web comic where he's in it as like a Gary Stu sort of. And it's this kid who thinks he's really really fucking epic, and he's like, yeah, I got a hot girlfriend or whatever, and she has like a page on the site too. But since you're like an admin, if you view them, you can tell that they're both the same person because they both have the same like ID to them. So there's a bunch of little details like that.
That's fun. It's a very interesting concept for a game.
Yeah, I really like. Apparently, so that I was like reading about it. So it apparently started from being like, so it's called Hypnospace Outlaw, because it was sort of like you're like playing this little digital world as like a little like car chasing down people, and then the dev he was like doing these like this like website portion as like a little bit of like flavor to it that you could view these pages by them, and he got so into it and he realized like, hey, I could make a whole game out of just this part and just drop the car thing, and it's really really cool. It's very unique. I don't really think there's anything else like it.
It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, it's very fun and charming.
I mean, from the premise, I'm getting like Mega Man Battle Network if you were like an actual detective and not some punk kid.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't like play anything like that. It's like you're just looking at websites.
Yeah, I mean, just like by premise, you know.
Yeah, my initial thought was it made me think of Papers, Please, which I haven't played very much, but the idea of Papers, Please, you're kind of like going through these like documents and stuff, and just sort of like observing this like world in a way.
And you have to kind of figure out like what to let fly and what not to.
Yeah, I never really got into Papers, Please, but it feels like a very similar type of thing, I think, in Hypnospace Outlaw.
I've been meaning to. I've been like 2 clicks away from buying Papers, Please on multiple occasions, but I haven't. I never went for it.
You really should play it at some point.
Yeah, I know.
I own it and I haven't really played it, but I might do that. Because I was like sort of interested in it. I didn't quite get it. Like I understood the concept of it, but I didn't get it. And now that I played Hypnospace Outlaw, which has like a similar sort of like a concept in terms of just what you're doing, but with something that I find more inherently interesting, now I can sort of understand why that sort of thing in general could be cool. So I think I might give it another shot because I could see myself being more open to that sort of thing now.
Where can you get this game?
It's on Steam. It's a Steam game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's also got some really really neat music. There's like some like guest artists, and there's like a lot of the music is also like very sort of like it is like this like made up like music format they've got where got these like sound fonts or whatever. It's like you can like download because you get it really you can really feel like get to a point where you're like almost as comfortable with it as you would like your own like desktop. Mm-hmm. Like it's a bit more like more compact, so it's not as comfortable. But you get like you have like a downloads menu. You can download files. You can listen to like the music you download from the sites. So that's like cool. What I would do when I would bust people for illegally downloading music, I would download it all from them first and then take it down.
Corrupt cop.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. Well, because I'm not like distributing it right. I'm just benefiting from it and then taking them down.
It's funny.
Yeah. There's like points where there's like this like Y2K thing in the game. You got all kinds of like conspiracy theorists and stuff. There's this thing where people are like the beef brain. There's like a site. It was like, oh, beef brain. If you use hypnospace too much, it'll fry your brain. Here's this little banner you can put on your page, and if you put it, you'll be protected from beef brain. And a bunch of like old people do it. There's like old websites that have like old people. There's like a Christian like mom thing and stuff like that. It's very, very charming. I think it's if you have any sort of like fond memories of that kind of like internet, I definitely recommend it. It's very fun.
Yeah. So it's a GBG admin simulator. But you sit around, do nothing, and then once a month, try and fail to plan a podcast.
Hey, that's your job now, not mine. I just sign off on things.
Oh,
and I'm also, like, I guess in charge, yeah.
I guess it's Carroll Simulator. No, but no, that sounds really fun.
Yeah, the best is there's like a thing towards the end of the game where you go back, like it's like years later, you become a part of this like archival project for Hypnospace, and then you like go back on and you like are like going through all the old pages. I think I didn't get to see everything, but it gives you this whole sort of like, because there are certain points where there'll be like a time skip, like you get sent this like experimental game and it busts your thing. So then it's like, oh, you have to wait a few weeks for a new like headset. And then once that happens, some like stuff's like changed that like while you were gone or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
And so at the end of the game, when you have this like archival thing, you have a little like time travel program that'll let you go back and do the other versions, and you're going through and you can like.
So you just way back machine that shit.
Yeah, and you're going through and you can like pick up on new stuff, and
so the game plays entirely like in like the browser. Kinda.
Yeah, like in this like yeah, but essentially.
That's cool.
It's in this little like fake operating system.
I'll check that out. That sounds cool.
Yeah, sounds nice. Alright, that's it for this episode of the Geeks by Gaslight Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Special thanks to our producers, Dre Best, Ronnie Diaz, and Scott Heemstra for making this show possible. Thank you to Guthrie Schooner, our lead editor, and thanks to Jack Werdemer for helping us design the thumbnail. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment, follow us on Twitter, and join our Discord. The link will be down in the description below, and be sure to keep it locked right here for brand new episodes of the Geeks by Gaslight Podcast every single goddamn month. But until then, take it easy, nerds.